everybody, this is Lee with Creative2xmom, and today I'm going to be sharing with you our January homeschool favorites. So if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for joining us. I know your time is valuable and I appreciate the fact that you spend some of that time following along with our journey. If you've never been here before, my name is Lee and this channel is Creative2xmom. I have been a homeschooling mom for about 7 years. Currently, I have a 13-year-old, 11-year-old, and 7-year-old, and I feel like the older they get, the less I know about what I'm doing. Even though we have been doing this for 7 years, I am still learning and growing. So if you're looking for the perfect channel, sorry, this isn't it. If you're looking for a real-life homeschool, learning as we go channel, welcome. Today I want to share with you 5 items from our homeschool favorites from the past month, and some of these are going to probably go into homeschool / life skill category. The first thing I want to share with you is this game called Guess Yours. I bet you have seen this, you've probably played this, and it might even be tucked back somewhere in your garage. This was an impulse buy over Christmas. I just quickly grabbed it and threw it in the cart for my 7-year-old because I needed one more thing to go under the tree. I cannot tell you how much we have played this game in the last month. I will say to the kids every couple of nights, I'll be like, hey, we got some extra time, pull out a game, let's do something together. And this is almost always, probably 95% of the time, the game that they pull out. We've had a lot of fun doing this one, and it has gone all the way from 7 years to Daddy and I are having a great time playing this game as well. So if you don't have a copy of this one, or if you're just looking for something new to add to your game closet, make sure you pick that one up. Pretty inexpensive and very versatile. The next item I have for you is this crosswords for kids ages 10 and up. I'm going to link this one down below because I had a really hard time finding this. My daughter is 11. Her Christmas wish list this year was very, very simple. She wanted a new backpack, she wanted a crossword puzzle, and she wanted an elephant. And I think you all know my backyard's probably not big enough for an elephant. So I had to go searching for a crossword puzzle that was specifically made for kids. A lot of times the crossword puzzles that I can find are too hard for me. So I wanted to find something that was kind of geared for that preteen, early teen age. I finally found this one on Amazon. They're not too complicated. There's usually only about less than 15 questions. They're pretty simple, but they do make her think. There were some things that I thought, oh yeah, that is kind of a tough question. She had one the other day that was about vegetables, and my daughter loves vegetables. But the way the questions were worded about squash, you had to find the right kind of vegetable to fit in there to go along with the other clues. So they're still challenging, and yet they're simple enough for a preteen, early teen to have some fun with a crossword puzzle. I kind of throw this into the homeschool category just because it is logic and it's recall of information. The next couple of items are books that we have been including in our morning basket, and this first one is called Castle Under Siege. It's by Raintree Fusion. This checked off a couple boxes for us. The first one is we are doing medieval history with my 5th grader and 2nd grader this year. So of course, castles. I wanted to get them some background information for a project we are doing in the spring, so this fit the bill there. The other thing was that it focuses on simple machines, and I was doing a simple machines unit with my 2nd grader. And I realized later on, hey, this is perfect that it combines the 2 subjects. So it still talks about levers, it still talks about different pulley systems, how you can work. The amount of work changes from 1 pulley on up to 3 different ways. Drawbridge moves, the fulcrum point, which is a vocab word that I'm learning these days, so I'm kind of excited to share it with you guys. So this is one of those books that we picked up this one from the library, but if you're looking for something about simple machines, I really, really love this one. I wouldn't mind owning that one. The other 2 books are life cycle books. We have The Life Cycle of an Emperor Penguin and The Life Cycle of a Polar Bear. These are Bobby Coleman books, and you guys know if you've been around before that I love this series of books. There is a National Penguin Day, which just passed, and that's why we included this one in our morning basket. And we have been talking about the Arctic, the Antarctic, and different types of animals in our morning time. So that's why we're going to be moving on to polar bears next. There's just enough information in these that your kids are learning new concepts. There's new stuff even for my 8th grader. And then, but it's not too overwhelming. It's not too much information. If you see the pages, the print is fairly large, still broke up into different categories, good scientific, nonfiction information, but still really accessible. We are pairing this penguin book with a lap book that I found on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I'm doing sort of a mini penguin unit with my 2nd grader, and then my older 2 are just getting the information in our morning basket time. But I really, really love these books. I feel like the illustrations are great and the information is there as well. The last thing I want to share with you is, again, a Christmas present that was given to my 11-year-old daughter. She's in 5th grade. She got this for Christmas this year. She is all about crafting and trying new things. And I saw a similar product, maybe even this exact one, on a channel called A Place to Nest. And I thought that looks like something that Lydia would really, really love. She loves to sew. She's really wanting to learn how to sew. And so I thought, well, this project would be great for learning to hand sew, a nice, simple, basic project to get you into sewing without being too overwhelming, because I can't sew myself. So there's all these little treats, animals, donuts, pears, and it's got all the patterns for cutting the pieces. I think that says a line. And then there's also directions about how to make the eyes, how to make the faces, so that each one is a little bit different. We got her this, and I was going to get some time to sit back with her and kind of work with her. She took off on this Christmas morning, and she had a bunch of stuff created before the end of the day, before I hadn't even had a chance to work with her. So this is something that she's loving, and it's still been really accessible for her without having someone right there all the time. In fact, she's even adapted the donut. Her brother wanted a donut with a bite taken out, so she's kind of created her own pattern for that as well. So that's just a few of our homeschool favorites for the month of January. A few things kind of seasonally, a few things out of our Christmas wish list. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you are studying and what resources you are loving in your homeschool right now. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.